welcome guys to another video. So we're doing a little bit of a different setup today where it's just going to be mainly me. Brad is here, obviously he's not gone anywhere, but he's just inside and he's just doing some editing for our YouTube, all of the other videos that you'll sort of see coming out, things like that. But yeah, so today I'm just going to be going through what I tend to do on a daily basis while traveling. As you guys know, traveling can take quite a toll on your body mentally, mentally and physically. You know, there's a lot of chaos going on and you're traveling a lot, moving from place to place. It can get a little bit tiring and you can get a little bit mentally drained, but obviously at the same time we love it so much and it's really cool seeing new places and meeting new people and everything like that. But it's just important to look after yourself and your body and your mind. So while in Thailand, we've definitely found a nice routine here, and definitely in this place where we are right now, which is Pai in northern Thailand. It is so peaceful here. So as you can see, we have an amazing backdrop for you today during this video, and we're just going to keep it nice and natural, nice and chilled. Hopefully you can hear the birds, the wind a little bit, and hopefully this is just a little bit of a de-stress for you if you're feeling a bit stressed yourself. If you want to do your daily routine along with me, that's cool too. So let's just be nice and chill, relaxed, and just do our thing. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is just tying my hair up because it's going to be in my way while we're doing our first step. So I'm literally just going to shove it up on my head. Not really going to care what it looks like. I also don't have a mirror for this, guys, either. I'm just going to be like feeling where my face is. So I have no idea. Well, I can kind of see in the viewfinder a little bit. We'll go with that. That'll do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be using a gua sha to massage and gua sha my face, which is a recent thing I've started doing. So if you've seen our previous video, you'll see that I purchased a gua sha from a market in Chiang Mai. Yeah, in Chiang Mai. And I'll just get it out for you now. I actually keep it inside these socks that I haven't worn and they're clean. Just because I'm scared of breaking it, because this is actually made of jade, and so it's really pretty. They were at the market stall. They were actually all different colours. She didn't just have jade ones, she had other ones, also plastic ones, and some of them had slightly different shapes here, and I picked this one because it's got quite a deep cut, and that's what I've mostly seen, and I feel like that's the best for really getting the angle around your face, so that's why I chose this one. So I've got that. But before we start the actual part on the face, like I said, I'm very new to this. I'm not an expert, I'm not an esthetician, so I can't give you any real advice as to whether this will work for you or what you should and shouldn't do. I'm just literally showing you what I do and what I've researched and what I've started doing. So the first thing that I was told to do from all the videos I've watched is to actually open up your lymph nodes in your body. And there's probably so much more I can learn about this, and I will learn about this, but firstly I know that you have to start off in your armpits. So you massage your armpits, and I tend to do this for about, like, I just count to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then that gets that flowing. And then what I do is I actually do a massage in my chest around here, because that's also where it's going to help actually drain everything out of your face. So all of like the extra water, the water retention in your face is actually going to help to be drained by opening up your lymph nodes. Because lymph nodes are basically like drain holes. Imagine like a drain in a sink. That's like what a lymph node is. So if you open them up, then it's going to help everything drain out much better rather than them being blocked. So I've done this one and armpits, and next I'm going to actually press on. If you go just above where your collarbone is, if you find that, and then you just press, and I tend to do this 10 times as well. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the last one I do before I start my face is I just do the one behind my ears. Now I actually find this one not painful, but it's a little bit sensitive, and that's actually because I do hold a lot of tension in my jaw. I always have a lot of tension headaches because I always grip my jaw. I grind my teeth in my sleep a little bit as well. So for me, this one's just a little bit tender, but if you don't suffer with that, it probably shouldn't hurt at all. So just be a bit light if you feel like it hurts. So I'm just going to massage this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right. The next thing, we need the oil. So this is the oil I use. This is the one that I bought from home. This is Sally. I'm not actually sure who Sally Hughes is. Sorry, but this is a collaboration with Sally Hughes with Revolution Skin, and it's called Face Blanket, and it's just a facial oil. From the packaging, it's just a very basic facial oil. There's nothing too fancy about it. It's kind of just hydrating if you feel like your skin's dry. It even says on the directions that once you put it on your face, you can rub it into your cuticles as well, and you can do that. So it's kind of cool. It's a little bit multi-use. The other thing is I actually broke this the other day. As you can see, I've been really careful. It's actually kind of dangerous, but I'm just being really careful with it, and it actually still works. The pipette actually still works, so I'm just going to carry on using it. So first thing, I'm going to rub it onto my chest here, and I'm just going to put it onto my neck and also the back of my neck as well, because this is all the parts that we are going to be doing first. Okay, rub that in. Another top tip, always make sure that you start with a clean face. So my face is clean, I've washed it, and always make sure that you wash your gua sha in between uses as well, because I did read a lot of things of some people saying that after they've started using a gua sha with facial oil and things like that, that they actually started breaking out into spots or their acne got worse. As you can see, I suffer with acne, so that was definitely something that I was very cautious of, and I wasn't sure if maybe gua shing would be for me because I didn't want it to break me out. But the main thing they say is just use a facial oil that doesn't clog up your skin, which I already know this one doesn't, and also just make sure that you clean your gua sha and your skin before you use it, and then you should be fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this flat edge, and I'm just going to push on this part here. Now I'm not pushing very hard, it's only light pressure. Your skin might go a little bit pinky red, but that's absolutely normal, and I just do about 10 on here, so 9, 10, and then I'm going to do 10 this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now next what I'm going to do, because all of the fluid will drain from the sides of your neck here and then go in, so I'm just going to warm up these areas here, and I'm going to go upwards. Now you can go upwards, downwards. I tend to go upwards for 10 and then downwards for 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then here 1, 2. Now I'm going to drag down, just because I like to feel like I'm draining, which I feel like the downward motion feels more draining, but the upward motion always feels like what you're supposed to do with skincare. Like maybe other people feel the same. I always got told that, so I hold my nose because it helps me feel like I'm supported, I don't know why. It basically feels natural to always massage upwards with creams and things like that. You know, they say that it helps keep the skin like going upwards rather than dragging down. That's just kind of like a general skincare rule that I've always been taught. Okay, so next, I haven't seen everyone do this in their gua sha routine. I mean, I've watched a lot of gua sha routines, and one I actually watched from a girl on TikTok who is a licensed esthetician. She said that she actually does the back of her neck. Now, because I get a lot of headaches, this feels really nice. And also I just feel like it can help smooth out your neck as well, and just release any tension. So I'm just going to do that as well. And I go upwards, and I just literally just go kind of from here up to my hairline, not really any further, and I do 10 on each side. 8, 9, 10. Okay. I always find it hard to do the other side because I'm not very ambidextrous, but we'll do it like this. Okay, that'll do. Right, now next I actually move on to the face. So I'm just going to get a little bit more oil, pop that in my hand. Oh, it's probably way too much, but it's okay. You want it to be nice and slippery anyway, because you don't want to be pulling on your skin at all. The whole point of gua shaing is that you can glide over your skin with the gua sha tool. You know, if you're dragging your skin, you're really just going to be creating more problems. You know, if you're trying to sort of smooth out some fine lines and things in your face by dragging on your skin and tugging it, it's definitely just gonna reverse everything good that you're trying to do. Just check that that's good. Yeah, that's good. God, that is definitely a lot of oil. Let's put it everywhere. We're nice and soft. Okay, so now the first thing I do on my actual face is actually just a general smoothing. So I have it this way around that I hold it, and what I do is I just hold my nose, and then what I do is I just gua sha all the way up here, and then a little movement there, just like a little, and I do this 10 times. Sorry. Okay, there we go. And now I'm just going to start from the lower point of my face, sort of at the edge of my lip and the tip of my nose here, and I just do the same thing, and I just do it on the lower part. So 2. Oh. Nine, 10. Okay, now we're going to do it on the other side of my face. So we're going to go this way. Now, gouacheing your face, it really does feel so nice. And to be honest, not even just the feeling of it physically, but just actually taking a little bit of time for yourself, and just spending like a good, you know, even if you want to do a 5-minute little routine of a gua sha, like if you haven't got time to sit down and do like a full-on thing, maybe like I'm doing today, just 5 minutes, just a little bit of time for yourself, just really makes a difference. I think it really makes a difference in my day. Like, I'll be so much different during the day if I've taken time for myself in the morning as to when I haven't. If I don't have time for myself in the morning, like when I wake up and things like that, it always just makes me feel a little bit more rushed, and I don't feel quite as grounded and good for the day. So I don't know if anyone else is like that, but we do this one. It'd probably be so much easier if I could do this with my oh, hello. It's flown off. It'd probably be so much easier if I could do this with my left hand, but I just don't trust myself to do it with my left hand and then not drop this thing, so we don't do that. Okay, so now we've done that on both sides. I like kind of to do like a step on one side then the other, because it helps me keep more even. Right, so the next one I'm going to do is my jaw. Now this is definitely the place that I am the most, I'd say it's one of like my it's one of my like just small insecurities, I'd say, is like my chin area. just because I never really feel like it's very chiseled, and I always feel like I have a little bit of extra skin here. But obviously I'm just learning to love it, but if I can just feel a little bit more confident with it, then maybe I can see some results with this thing after a little while, but we'll see. So what I do is I get the small edge so that the longer edge is underneath, so you want it like this, and I just go from the center and then I just go up to the edge and then hold, and I do it just literally just focusing on the jawline 10 times. I always lose count. 6, I think more, 6, 7. I got interrupted by a mosquito in my ear. We'll try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That is the joy of filming outside. You do have all the elements. Of course, you have the lovely sounds, but you also have the little bugs that like to come and say hello and get up in my business. Okay, so now that we've just done the jaw, now what we're going to do is we're going to go along the jaw like this all the way up, and then we're going to drag down. And this is just what's really draining all of that extra like fluid, water retention out of this area. And then down. And then going down my neck like that feels so nice because, like I said, I hold a lot of tension in these areas. So this just feels like an amazing massage, to be honest. And obviously I'm going to be doing this every day. I'm going to keep on practicing. You know, maybe my technique in many ways is not perfect, but that's okay. Because we're just going to keep on doing it. I'm just going to keep on learning. That's what life's about. Okay, so I feel good with that side. So now I'm going to move on to this side, and I'm just going to be doing like this. God, this first side is definitely feeling a little bit more like I've got some more tension on this left side. Don't know why that is, but anyway. Gonna keep going. Okay, there we go. Whew. Right, and now we're just gonna do it like that, and then down, and then down, down. One thing I did see is that it's always good to try and keep it at like a nice angle. Like, you don't want to be trying to do the gua sha like this. You want to try and keep it so it swoops at like a nice angle, because that's what feels the most comfortable. To be honest, that's what helps it. It feels like it glides much easier when you have it at a nice angle. So I feel like you can tell quite quickly what angle feels wrong and what angle feels right. But just carry on doing this. Okay, right, so now I'm finished with that portion. Now what I'm going to move on to is I'm actually going to be focusing a little bit more on my chin area, because I looked up some specific tutorials about things like a double chin or chiseling like the chin area. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get the flat edge, and I'm going to run just underneath where it's sort of my chin and my jaw turns into my neck, which is for me about here. And so I'm just rolling it like this. Hey,
would you like a nice cold orange juice?
Oh, I would actually, yeah.
It's a bit warm out here.
Yeah, it is. I am getting a bit hot. But yeah, thank you.
No worries. Right, guys. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, so yeah, this is definitely something I've started a little bit more recently, because I've only just really discovered this. Sorry, my eye. I've only just discovered like this technique, but I think it might work quite well. And to be honest, it just further massages down my neck, which to be honest just feels really good for me. So I quite enjoy this. And now I'm gonna try do the other side. Like I said, this is a really in-depth routine for gua sha. You really haven't got to do it for this long every day. You know, I've seen people have amazing results just by doing like a 5-10 minute routine every day. So you really don't have to do it for this long, but I think if you've got the time to really sit down and take the time to do it, why not? Everyone needs a bit of me time. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm just going to move on to doing a little bit around my eyebrow, because I like to sculpt and lift my face up. So I'm just going to, here, I'm just going to roll it up my eyebrow like this, and just sort of carry it up just into my temples here, and just do that a couple of times. Like I said, this sort of area is not really what I would call like an area I'm conscious of, or something that I don't like about my face or something like that, but I just think it's nice to do the entire face so that everything feels even. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to do the other side. I definitely need to start getting used to holding this, because I do find that I get a little bit of like hand cramp. So I'm not sure if maybe I need to be holding it slightly differently. I think I have seen some videos where people talk about how you're supposed to hold the gua sha, but you know guys, I'm a beginner, so just, I can't be doing no intermediate stuff yet. That feels like enough. And now, like I said, this area is not really like an area that I'm conscious about, but just gonna do it anyway. I'm just literally going to rub up with the gua sha, and sometimes this way too, because I do frown a little bit in here, and I wonder if I rub over here it's gonna help with any fine lines in between my eyebrows, so I mainly just do that. So I'm just gonna do this a couple of times. It's quite relaxing as well, because you can like hear the noise of the gua sha going over your skin, which feels quite nice too. Whoa. That was a huge butterfly, I'm not sure if you saw that or not. I've actually got one last step to do, and this is actually like what I would call like probably the most like sculpting, apart from like the chin, the sculpting part of my routine, which is the one that you've probably seen most people do, which is where you use this part and you go up on your cheekbone like this. So I just like to do this one last, because I feel like, I don't really know. Actually, I don't know what I was going to say there. I don't know why I do this one last. I think I just quite enjoy this one, so, you know, I like to save the best till last. So I just roll that up and down. Sometimes hold here just for support. Do a little rub there. And this one does actually feel really nice, because sometimes, like I said, where I get some like headaches, it sort of not pushes, but it kind of works into my sinuses a little bit, just because of this area. And so I find that this is actually really quite nice for like declogging Like I said, don't know if that's completely like true or if that's just me thinking that, but a lot of self-care is how you feel anyway, so. Okay, onto this side. Also, like, the rule of like doing things like 10 times is just a thing that I've seen quite a lot of people do. You can do less or more, like depending on what area you want to work on. You can do the like one area, like say, more than the rest. So there's no rules really. Okay, so for the gua sha routine, that is the whole routine done. So definitely feel good now. I definitely feel like my face feels a bit more sculpted. I feel relaxed, if anything. And so what I'm gonna do is, because I don't really like to sit with this really heavy oil on my face for the rest of the day, because I tend to like to do this in the morning. So yeah, just leaving this really heavy oil on my face during the day I don't like so much. This is more something that if I felt a little bit dry I would put on at night time and sleep in. So I'm just going to give my face just a little rinse. I'm not going to wash my face so much. I'm just going to rinse off some of the excess oil so a little bit gets to soak in. Just washed my face. We're all done with that. So now I'm going to put on this thing here. And I mean, I'm going to try and not get it everywhere. I might have to... Go away. Mosquitoes. So I might have to have a little look in like this little viewfinder thing just to make sure I'm not getting it on anywhere where it shouldn't be. But I assume you just... Oh yeah, and it is grey. It is the same colour as the picture. Okay, so let's just smooth this on. God, oh wow, it's nice and cooling. Because I did actually put this in the fridge, guys, to see if that would like make it like extra nice, but it kind of, like, while you're setting up to film and stuff, I took it out the fridge a little bit too early, so it is what it is. But it's still kind of nice and cold. God, that actually feels really nice. It smells nice too. You know, I wasn't expecting this to be like anything super fancy, you know, and at the end of the day, I think this was literally maybe like 29 baht, which I'll put the conversion on the screen now to tell you what that is, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's very cheap for a little face mask. So I think we're almost covered, you know. You actually get quite a lot. Like, I don't have a very big face, to be fair, but we've actually got loads left. So I'm just gonna pack it on. Might as well get some more here. Cool. Still so much more left. Okay guys, so this is definitely worth it for the money because they give you so much. You know, the worst thing would be if you were to run out and you haven't got enough to like properly put everything on your face. I probably haven't done the best application of this in the world, but it's okay, you know. We're not trying to be perfect here. But to be honest, it's a pretty nice mud mask. It does smell really nice, but not too heavy. You know, it doesn't feel like it's too heavily scented, because I do actually have quite sensitive skin, so I can't really use anything that's too heavily scented, because it can irritate me a little bit. But this doesn't feel, I mean, I would usually feel it burning by now if it was no good for my skin, and I don't feel it burning. So I think we're good. Right, and I think that's enough, to be honest. Nice. Yeah, I think that's enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna quickly go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. Nice clean hands. So I'm going to just get my timer up so I can set it for 20 minutes because that's how long this is supposed to be on for. So what we'll do, let's see if you can see, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, so that's the timer done, so it's now time for me to wash this off. So I'll be right back. Okay, that's all done. Just dry my face. It's definitely a mission getting off those clay masks as opposed to the sheet ones where you just take off the sheet and then you just like rub in the excess like stuff. But it feels good. Yeah, my skin feels, oh, it does feel soft actually. So that's good. Just nice. Right, I think we're done with that. Just move everything, too much stuff. Okay, so drink break. Oh yeah, okay. So the next thing I would do, very simple, just get one of my cotton pads. And then I bought this from home nearly before I left. Well, it's actually nearly gone now. I bought it quite a while ago when I was back in England, but I just bought it with me because I've been using it every day. And it's just this salicylic fixed toner by Nip and Fab. And as you can see, I got this in the set. I only got this for £3.50, which is usually like £6 something. So I just take this on a cotton bud and I just run this all over my face pretty much. I try and avoid my eye area, so I don't actually like rub this over my eyes, but just sort of go everywhere with this, under here. And this is, well, I have noticed quite an improvement in my skin once I've started using this. So yeah, I've changed a couple of things. I'm not sure if it's definitely this, but either way, I like it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of this cream on. It is a night cream, but I find that because I have oily skin, right? Anyone who has oily skin knows that it can be a real challenge trying to work out what your skin needs sometimes. And I feel like what I've discovered is my skin is quite dehydrated, even though it's oily and it's also sensitive. So sometimes, some days, I like to put on a slightly heavier moisturizer than normal. Especially because in this heat I don't wear makeup anyway, so it's not like I need to wear something really it's not like I need a moisturizer that works underneath makeup, because to be honest guys, I don't really wear it anymore. At home I wear it, but while we're traveling I maybe run something through my eyebrows and put some lip balm on to be honest, because it's just too hot. But this still feels nice, so I still like to feel hydrated, so I put that on. And I'm just gonna let that soak in a little bit before I put on the most important step in a skincare routine that you do in the morning. Definitely is SPF. Now this is the Nivea Sun one. I bought this one at home as well, because like we've already mentioned to you in other videos, any kind of sun care, like for your body, for your face, anything like that, is so expensive when you come to Asia. Thailand is like that, Bali is the same, Even in Malaysia and things like that, it was expensive too compared to at home. You know, like the kind of bottle that you can buy back home, which is maybe like this big, which you can get for like a $5, is maybe like £20. So it's insane how much more expensive it is to buy sun cream. So I do really recommend that you bring it with you from home if you can. So yeah, anyway, this is the SPF 50. This one actually does have shine control and mattifying effect. To be honest, I have oily skin, and so this kind of works for maybe like a good half an hour. I feel like I look a little bit less oily, but after that I kind of don't feel like I look less oily anymore, to be fair. But the main thing I want it to do is protect me from the sun, if I'm honest. So we just don't care about that. And I think this is starting to soak in now. So I'm just going to get it here. Oh, and I take about that much. Put it on my hands, and then I'm just going to spread it all over. And I do also bring this down my neck, because basically anything that you put on your face, you should kind of put it down your neck. Sun cream especially, because end of the day, like, the sun is touching like your ears if your hair is up, your neck, the back of your neck, things like that. So if you're really protecting your face, you really need to be protecting your neck, because otherwise your face is going to look lovely and young and protected from the sun, and your neck will have aged way more because you haven't protected it from the sun. You can look up pictures of that if you're curious. And it scared me enough into I put SPF on my neck every day now, all the time. I never forget. Okay, so that's done, and now I'm just going to do a little bit of lip balm. Okay, that'll do. And this is just literally just a plain old Nivea one. It's just like the original flavour, I guess you could say. But yeah, right, let's take my hair down. Oh, even though it's very hot, but I'm going to go sit in front of the fan for the next hour probably. Okay, and I think that is pretty much everything done. Let's check my hair. Okay, yep, so that's the entire routine done. That is a whole self-care ritual completed for today. I really enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed it too. So yeah, basically, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this slightly different style of video. Just wanted to put something different out there for you guys. Make sure that you do like and subscribe. It means a lot to me and Brad. And also make sure you stay tuned, because we do release a video every 3 days. And so our journey in Thailand is going to be moving forward. No. Our journey in Thailand is going to be continuing, so definitely stick around to see some more videos, and let us know what you think of our content, guys. You know, let us know any sort of suggestions or places you think we should go. If you like this style of video, what kind of videos you'd like us to do, any comments or suggestions, you can put them down below. We really appreciate that. So I think all that's left to say is thank you, and we will see you in the next one. That's it. What was that? I think the last thing to say is thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.